So the chief of police wants me to talk about the murder of Ian Anderson. Alright. It wasn't the first time that I dealt with the Andersons. I'd been called really early in the morning, so I wasn't dressed too formal like I am today. Ian worked for the mayor, Joseph, whom I'd met earlier because somebody had been murdered and I was sent in to investigate. This was while he was running for mayor, so it was a very delicate situation. It was at that point that I met Ian. He was always tired and nervous and never seemed satisfied with what he was doing. It was his niece Charlotte that found him.
Hi, yes, this is Detective Clarke. I've come to ask a few questions about Mr. Ian Anderson. I knocked on the door, but nobody answered.
Oh, sorry, I was in my backyard. I'll be right there.
All right.
Come in.
Alright. Okay, look. I kind of want to do this as quick as possible since occasions like this tend to be extremely awkward. So, I'd much rather be out there trying to find the perp, but I don't really have any leads, so kind of got to ask you a few questions. Okay, so when did you find Ian?
7.
This morning, I'd assume?
Yeah, of course this morning. You don't think I would have called the police if I found him last night?
Just making sure. Where'd you find him?
In the basement.
Could you show me?
Yeah. It was here.
I could picture Ian in his last moments, unaware of what was about to transpire. Do you know why Ian was here?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, he doesn't live here, right? So, what would he be doing here?
I don't really know. You'd have to ask Connor.
Do you know why he'd be in the basement?
No.
You see, I don't believe you, because I can't believe that a relative who I'd assume has a key, right, would just come in here, make himself a cup of coffee, and come in the basement at like 5 or 6 in the morning, I'd assume, without anybody knowing.
Okay, well, I knew that he was going to be in the house, but I don't know why. Again, you'd have to ask Connor.
Alright. Do you know where Connor is?
I think he said he was going to be at the park.
Just stay in the area in case I want to talk to you again. Xavier?
Yes, Clarke?
I talked to Charlotte, Ian's niece. She didn't really tell me much other than the fact that I should go talk to her brother, Connor.
So basically you're telling me you found nothing?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Well, keep up the good work, detective. Oh, and Clarke, I'd appreciate it if you would only call me when you have something useful to tell me, because I'm quite busy today. Isn't that right, my cute little muffled pot? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay, Clarke?
Yeah, I got it.
Detective?
Connor?
I assume you're here to discuss Ian?
Can you think of another reason why I'd be here?
I don't appreciate that tone, Detective. Can't you see him breathing?
No, actually. Maybe if you looked at me, I could. Anyway, so I heard that you were going to talk to Ian this morning. Great. So, what were you going to talk to him about?
He and I were going to discuss his recent behavior.
So, he did something bad. You're going to tell him about the bad thing he did, and then you're going to scold him for it?
Correct?
This is where I was starting to get annoyed. Okay, so let me get this straight. Ian comes to your house really early in the morning to talk about something bad that he did. Now, I would assume that you never had this conversation, so my question for you, Connor, is, where were you? I doubt you were here the whole time.
Ian arrived at 5 o'clock in the morning. Charlotte was still sleeping, so I instructed Ian to go downstairs. Upon which I received a phone call from a friend of mine asking for my help. I didn't want to say no, so I told Ian I was going out and that I'd be back. He asked if he could make himself a cup of coffee. I said yes, and I left.
Who called you?
Does that matter, Detective?
Yes, Connor, it does.
If you must know, her name was Alexandria.
And if I were to contact her?
Well, Detective, that would be difficult because she's on a plane at the moment.
You've got to be kidding me. When did her plane leave?
Oh, about 10 minutes ago.
Why did she call you? Didn't she have other friends that could have helped her?
We met last year, and we've been meeting up once a month for the last year.
That really doesn't answer the question.
Her and her friends are going on vacation, Clarke. She stayed behind because she needed to get a few things done.
I'm gonna need her phone number, Connor.
I can't just give that out to anyone, Clarke. It's private information.
You know who I am, right? Of course you do. You always make things more difficult than what they really are.
I'll be leaving now, Detective.
Connor, I need that phone number.
Fine. Do you really want to know what happened that morning, do you? Well, Ian came in and I told him to go down into the basement. I told him I'd be down in a moment. When I opened the door, his face was extremely pale. Today was finally the day. We'd been planning this for months. But as the days went on, we realized how stupid a plan it was, but by then it was already too late. Do you want to go over the plan one more time, Ian?
No, I know what I need to do.
Remember, it's vitally important that you stay in the basement.
Alright, alright.
Are you nervous?
Of course I'm nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
That's what happens when you make a big mistake, Ian.
You really doing this right now?
Is there a better time?
Of course there are better times. It's not like I'm never gonna see you again.
Well, I'm doing it now.
I think it's time to go.
Bye. I have plenty of time.
Connor, go.
Remember, Ian, we get one shot at this.
Alright. I'll see you later.
I knew he knew, but I wasn't sure he knew how important this was.
Well, that was fast.
What are you talking about, Clarke?
Well, usually you like to make me wait for the third or fourth ring before you answer my call. And don't even try and deny it. I've seen you doing it. And I've seen you laughing as you do it. Actually, now that I mention it, you answered my call pretty quickly earlier as well. Is there something wrong?
Yes, Clarke, I just want this case solved as soon as possible, and right now you're wasting my time.
Anyway, I called to talk to you about Connor.
Perfect. I think you should come into my office so I can talk to you.
Why? Is there something you want to talk to me about?
Yes. Now get your keys to here. Thank you.
Okay. Keister? What? Where's your cat?
Oh, he decided to pee in Daddy's office, so I had to send him home. Suspended. Without pay.
So you wanted to see me?
Right, please take a seat. Completely forgot I got rid of it. So right, I called you in here to emphasize how important it is that this case gets solved. You see, I was friends with, Ian? Right, yes. So I want his murder caught as soon as possible. So, I need to know this case has your full attention. Does it, Detective?
Yes, this case is my full attention.
Great. Now tell me what you found.
Okay, so I talked to Connor, and he gave me an alibi that I couldn't quite contradict at the moment, but he did give me the phone number of somebody who possibly could. Though if they're in league with Connor, they might not want to give me an answer. I'll get back to it.
Great, so do it fast. Go on. Whoosh. Go.
Come meet me by the park. I was on my way to the fourth park when I walked past when I noticed someone suspicious standing in the middle of it. I just wanted to walk past. I didn't have time to be screwing around. But a small part of me said to myself, this is the person who wrote the letter. And that small part of me was right.
You're late.
You're kidding me, right? I've spent like the last 4 hours looking for this place. You could have at least told me which park you were in.
Do you want my help or not, Detective?
What help could you possibly give me? Wait a minute. I think I've seen you before.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, 6 months ago when I went to Joseph's company. You were his receptionist, the one with all the Harry Potter memorabilia.
Okay, I don't need these accusations.
Wait. Look, I'm sorry for what I said. I'd really appreciate it if you told me what you're going to tell me.
Why should I tell you now? Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you, but I got you, right? Don't ask that. I know. Anyways, so I'm working for Joseph, right? And Joseph isn't that good at keeping secrets, so I basically know everything that goes on over there. Anyway, so Joseph led me to an underground gambling ring, and who do I see there?
Ian.
You weren't supposed to answer that.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, so Ian's there, and he is like losing spectacularly. I mean, I kind of felt bad for the guy because I heard he was going through a rough financial situation, but not that bad because I was on a winning streak, so.
Who was running the facility?
Xavier.
As in the chief of police? Why are you telling me this?
Joseph told me to.
Makes sense. Well, tell him I said thanks. Oh, and maybe next time, don't tell a detective you participated in illegal activities.
I know you won't tell on me.
I had no idea what she meant by that. Anyway, in situations like that, I would have usually called Xavier, but this time I obviously couldn't. So instead, I called Connor. I told him that it was Xavier who killed Ian, and he sounded pretty excited about it, actually. Suspiciously excited now that I think about it. I headed on my way to Xavier's office.
Did you just barge into my office?
I know what you did, Xavier.
Oh yeah, what did I do?
You run a secret gambling ring, and I know you killed Ian.
Hey! I never killed Ian.
Oh yeah? If you didn't, then who did? You're the only one with the motive. Ian owed you a lot of money, and instead of trusting him to give it to you, you just offed him right then and there.
Where's your proof, detective? You know, Clarke, you have got to be the worst detective I have ever hired. I mean, on your first day, and you walk and you go, "Hi everyone, my name's Clarke. Let's solve a murder today." Oh. I bet you don't even know how Ian was killed, do you?
Wait, the police don't already know?
Here, I thought you knew. No body was ever recovered, and there was no autopsy performed. Are you even doing your job, detective?
At first, I didn't get it. How could the police be so incompetent to lose the body? But then I realized there was no body. Ian was still alive and he was ready to leave. To hide from Xavier. Connor and Charlotte were just wasting my time. I handcuffed Xavier to one of the legs of his chairs. I was hoping that when he called for help, people would just think that it was just his cat again. It was a gamble.
I was surprised to get a call from Clarke. I didn't expect him to find anything so quickly. Though I was happy because he believed Ian was dead and finally had someone to blame, thus leading him farther and farther away from us. Yes, detective. No, thank you. Yes, we'll speak about it later. Good night. Clarke thinks Xavier killed you.
Does that mean I don't have to worry about Xavier coming to look for me?
Most likely. Though you can't stay here much longer.
I do get to stay a little longer, right?
I suppose so. I'll go tell Charlotte. Clarke has his attention away from us for the time being. Though we still can't take things too lightly. We are breaking multiple laws here, Charlotte.
I really don't need you to remind me of the severity of the situation, Connor. I'll still go early to the airport,
Why?
just in case we need a hasty getaway.
Fine. I'll be upstairs. Let me know when you're leaving. Ian!
I was just sleeping.
You can sleep on the plane. Charlotte, Ian, and I are going to be leaving soon. Charlotte and I will be back later tonight, though. Should have known you wouldn't care.
It was on my way to Connor's house that I got that call from Alexandria. But at that point, I didn't really think there was anything she could tell me that would help me with the case. So I just kind of hung up. I ran to Connor's house. I expected that he had a plan to hide Ian or have him escape. So I'd have to be careful.
Do you know how rude it is to barge into someone's house like you just did, detective?
Do you really want to talk to me about what disrespectful is?
Not particularly, no.
Good. Now where's Ian?
What are you talking about, detective? You should know that Ian's dead.
I know full well that Ian is still alive and that he's here somewhere.
What are you talking about?
Ian's body never showed up at the morgue. Yeah, you screwed up. And I know he's here.
Alright, let's say Ian was here. Why would he still be here now? Do you catch my drift?
Yeah, you want to spell it out for me too?
Gladly!
So I was wrong. They didn't have a plan to hide Ian or have him run away. Instead, he just ran right outside. Neither of them really thought about Ian's physical capabilities, though, did they? Ian, you are under arrest for... Actually, haven't decided yet, but you are most certainly under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Yeah, you know the rest.
Detective, is this really necessary? Jail's exactly where Xavier wants him to be.
Yes, he is going to jail because, yes, he did break multiple laws in the past 12 hours. Actually, more like the past couple of days. And I'm all aware of his gambling habits, and I don't really care about that. I care more about taking Xavier down. Actually, now that I think about it, you're under arrest too. So if you could just,
For what exactly?
because you realize the error of your ways?
Did you honestly just say that, Detective?
Okay, how about this? You'll be spending the rest of your life in hiding.
Fine.
Yes. Where's Charlotte?
I don't know, Detective. Where is she?
Since it's still debatable whether or not Charlotte had any part of this, which, by the way, she didn't, Charlotte can just come here and bail Ian and I out. I hope.
It didn't take long for Xavier to be removed from his position. Thankfully, nobody helped him, and he was still locked up when we found him. It will, however, take a while for him to go to jail, considering all the legal stuff. But now we have a new chief of police, and everything's fine. At least for now, it is.
The records show that I did not tell Ian to run outside when I saw Clarke at the door. I told Ian to go into the basement, upon which he yelled, "I'm not getting caught when we're this close!" and ran outside. At that point, I knew we were going to get caught.